Now on CoastTV News.
Ocean Pines theft. More than $13,000 vanishes from the Ocean Pines Club House Grille, who police say did it.
No swimming allowed, ocean access restricted amid dangerous surf.
Park problem, why some parents in Lewis say a playground downtown is dangerous.
Beach recycling.
Every time I come to the beach, some kind of plastic or something on the beach.
New incentives to keep Lewis clean.
This is CoastTV News at 6.
Thousands of dollars meant for this restaurant missing. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 6. We begin tonight with the Club House Bar and Grill missing over $13,000 in Ocean Pines.
According to Ocean Pines police, officers have been investigating the missing funds for most of the summer. CoastTV News reporter Kevin Zappé live there in Ocean Pines. And Kevin, police have arrested the restaurant's manager.
Maddie, inside the Ocean Pines Golf Club is a restaurant called the Club House Bar and Grill. And according to the police, Ashley Mitchell is facing felony charges for theft after $13,000 disappeared. Bob Ciprietti is the owner of the Club House Bar and Grill at the Ocean Pines Golf Club. And the hard-earned money the clubhouse received from golfers taking a break from the green disappeared. Police believe the manager responsible for handling the money stole it.
His responsibility was to deposit money in the bank as a manager slash bartender here, and it was a little light.
Light is an understatement. According to the Ocean Pines police report, over $13,000 went missing starting May 10th. Ocean Pines Police Chief Tim Robinson and his team began investigating this summer and say Ashley Mitchell failed to explain what happened to the $13,000 in missing deposits.
The investigation focused on the individual who had responsibility for the money, as it always does. And through investigative procedures, interviews, meeting with other employees, we focused on this one individual, and which culminated in charges being served on him yesterday.
Ciprietti says he was shocked to see Mitchell as a top suspect, saying this has never happened before, and still he's optimistic.
It affects, expenses and paying bills here and running a business, but we'll survive.
Ciprietti says Mitchell has since been fired. Mitchell is facing a felony theft charge. Now, according to Chief Robinson, Mitchell will likely be in court in September. I'm Kevin Zappé, live in Ocean Pines, CoastTV News.
Ocean Pines' police chief says a felony theft charge could carry up to a $10,000 fine and up to 5 years in prison. That's the max possible sentencing. Now, felony theft charges are for stealing something that's worth between $1,500 and $25,000.
To Lewis now, Canal Front Park was reopened this spring with upgrades to make it more accessible and safer. CoastTV News reporter Emma Aiken is live there in Lewis. Emma, now some parents are asking for more.
Charlie, we're at Canal Front Park where we've seen some kids playing here throughout the day and having fun, but follow us to the opposite direction. Just several yards from the playground is the canal, and that short distance to the water is what has some parents worried and asking the city to put a fence around the playground. Siobhan Park is the Lewis parent who started a petition asking for the installation of a fence around this playground. That petition has more than 200 signatures. Park says she was disappointed when the playground upgrades didn't include a fence, noting its proximity to the water. A mom of two, Park worries about the risk of drowning and says a fence would be an added layer of security.
It is the leading cause of injury-related deaths for children ages 1 to 4. It can happen in 30 seconds, so it's quick and it's silent. And actually 70% of drownings occur when children were not expected to be near water. So in other words, during non-swimming times.
The City of Lewis is discussing the petition at their Parks and Recreation Commission meeting that began at 5. Reporting live here in Lewis, Emma Aiken, CoastTV News.
And this brings us right into our CoastTV poll. We want to know, what is the most important thing in a playground near water?
We've had a lot of comments and a lot of votes on this poll so far. Let's take a look so far. And 73% are still saying parental supervision. 19% say safety barriers. 4% say natural views. 2% say easy access. And 2% say kid freedom.
And we do have a comment today from Dorothy in Ellendale. She says, you wouldn't have a pool without a fence, so a playground near the canal needs to be fenced also, and preferably before a child is injured or killed.
If you haven't voted yet or left a comment, you can still do that, CoastTV.com or our mobile app, and we'll have updated results on Coast TV News at 11. Rehoboth and Dewey beaches both closed off access to the ocean today. A red flag advisory was issued around noon because of high wind and heavy surf. That's expected to stay the case, and lifeguards say they're ready.
You can be a really good swimmer, but these rip currents are no joke. They can take a life, and they can pull you out, and you'll be well over your head, and if there's any panic in the situation, you can be in trouble.
Dewey Beach's town manager Bill Zolper says they have around 20 lifeguards out advising folks to stay out of the water.
And over in Ocean City, the surf has changed quickly today as Hurricane Aaron stirs up dangerous conditions along the coast. The Beach Patrol is working with town leaders and emergency services to monitor conditions as the storm passes. While the worst is still ahead, Lieutenant Michael Stone says they are already feeling the effects.
Pretty nice morning. The ocean was calm, and it's 2 o'clock now, and it's totally different. So, the wind's picked up. It's started to rain some, and the ocean's gotten rough. So we're in this just the watch, wait, and see mode.
And staying in Ocean City, if you were planning to watch the fireworks tonight, you can't. Due to expected weather, the town of Ocean City has canceled its beach fireworks. They were scheduled for 9:30 p.m. this evening. Speaking of Ocean City, let's take a live look down there. Pretty gloomy and cloudy as we turn it over to our First Alert Chief Meteorologist, Paul Williams.
Well, depending on where you look, because one view, Ocean City, relatively calm stuff, but then this Gateway Subaru view kind of shows you the reason why things are closing down so quickly. I mean, we're looking at rough surf, and we have small craft advisories watching out for 25-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and then there's the concern with currents, obviously. Look for light scattered shower activity to continue for the rest of this evening, on and off again, kind of the pattern. Very undecisive pattern. 70 degrees in Long Neck, Millsboro, Dagsboro, Georgetown, and Redden at this hour. The winds ranging from 26 to 39 mile-per-hour gusts right now as we speak. We have a stationary boundary just to our south that's keeping the winds and everything's churned up. But as of right now, we have the rip current statement that's active for Lewis, Rehoboth, Dewey, Ocean View, Indian River Inlet, as well as Fenwick Island. Now, we also have concerns for rip currents and possible beach erosion in and around Ocean City, Bayshore Acres, West Ocean City, all the way down towards Chincoteague, not to mention the coastal flood advisory we have active throughout all of Sussex. And then we have small craft advisories staying in effect, watching out for 25 to 30 mile-per-hour wind gusts. So all of that makes for choppy conditions along the water, something we don't necessarily need to play around with. And as we widen the scope here, keep in mind, we are still far away from Aaron churning out in the water, but because she's so big and so strong, already starting to have some effect as we speak, Maddie.
All right, Paul, thank you. Funeral services for former Delaware Governor and Congressman Mike Castle are happening this week. A visitation for Castle will be held at Chandler Funeral Home, Wilmington, from 5 to 8 on Thursday, with overflow parking available at St. Mary Magdalene Roman Catholic Church, Sharpley Road. A funeral mass for Castle will be St. Joseph on the Brandywine at 10:30 a.m. this Friday. A celebration of life will follow at the Wilmington Country Club. For more on Castle's legacy, you can check out CoastTV.com.
In other news, Dunkin' Donuts is seeking final site plan approval for a drive-through and their store. You can see on your screen now where the Dunkin' Donuts would be located in Milton at 403 Broadkill Road. The Planning and Zoning Commission is set to discuss this on Tuesday at 6:30. Dunkin' first made its pitch to the town in the fall of 2024. The original plan calls for over 2,800 square feet for the coffee chain restaurant.
According to the City of Rehoboth, routine maintenance will take place at the Rehoboth Avenue Drawbridge tomorrow, August 19th. The city says there will be openings between 10:30 and 11 a.m. And we're just getting started this evening.
Work on Carroll Street began today, what drivers need to plan for.
And we're dealing with blustery conditions on the beaches at this point, and we could see erosion being the next concern. More on that coming up.
But first, recycling on the beach, a new program underway in Lewis when we're back in just 60 seconds.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
Whether you live here on the coast or you are just visiting the beautiful beaches, we can all agree on how important it is to keep them clean.
Coast TV News reporter Brandon Ferguson shows us how the city of Lewis is trying to fight against littering with a new program.
plastic bottles on the sand of Johnny Walker Beach.
Every time I come to the beach, some kind of plastic or something on the beach.
But now there are 2 new recycling bins you can use. The Recycling Right program, only for bottles and cans. In a PSA, Lewis Mayor Amy Marasco says depending on the results from these bins, you could soon see more of them.
And as long as we can just put bottles and cans into the recycling at the beach, then this is going to be a successful pilot and we'll bring it to all of our beaches.
There's already a $50 fine in place here in Lewis if you're found littering. For a second offense within the last 2 years of your first offense, that fine is going to increase to $75. So to save yourself money and keep the beaches beautiful, you can go ahead and use the new recycling bins.
Jeff Harshman visits the beach yearly and says anything will help.
From time to time, see some litter, but yeah, I think any initiative to clean things up is a good thing. Obviously, we don't want to be on a messy beach.
Recycling the right way. Lewis cleaning Johnny Walker Beach, 1 bottle or can at a time. In Lewis, Brandon Ferguson, Coast TV News.
Well, here's a look at your golf forecast. Listen, come on, dude. You're not going out to tomorrow, are you? Because it's not going to be all that great and not all that warm either. We are tracking the tropics with Erin right now, and we're going to break down how she's having that effect to us, even though she's more than 700 miles away. The outer bands starting to affect the Delmarva coast. Our gutter helmet camera showing you rough seas here as well, courtesy of our ocean viewpoint of view, 71 degrees. Winds gusting up to about 14 miles per hour. And look for hit and miss spotty showers with temperatures staying in the lower 70s for the rest of the evening, at least till 10 o'clock. Take a look at how active some of these winds are right now. 29 mile per hour wind gusts in Ocean City, 10 mile per hour, even stronger than that at the Indian River Inlet. We have scattered showers, light to moderate showers, worst case scenario, but really we're looking at relatively light stuff. Now there's a coastal flood advisory that's active for tonight. Could be extended because we're expecting more rain, but overall we're not seeing a significant dousing of the rain, but it's such a slow mover, we got to kind of be watchful of that. In addition to that, a rip current statement is active for Lewis, Rehoboth, Dewey, Ocean View, down towards Fenwick Island. Watching out for dangerous rip currents. We're on a high level or high alert for dangerous rip currents. We also have a beach hazard statement in effect for Ocean City all the way down towards Chincoteague. That's watching out for rip currents, gusty winds, and possible beach erosion. This is the wide view of what's happening. The rain is not ominous or threatening, but it's just in the midst of what's happening with Erin. You see, a lot of folks think that the rain we're getting right now is a result of Erin. Not really directly. We have a stationary boundary and a small-scale low-pressure system that's close by. By the way, the folks in North Carolina just a few moments ago were ordered to evacuate because of the proximity in which Erin is likely to pull through. Now, this is Erin. Erin is just a gigantic, over 600-mile diameter storm. It's at a Category 4 for right now. It's going to stay at Category 4. It's going to swing closer to North Carolina than anywhere else, so this is where they have this advisory here for them, but it's going to swing away from us, okay? And it'll be a Category 2 by the time it'll be closer to us, so it's going to lessen in strength and hopefully in size, but even the outer band of it is expected to be more than 230 miles away from us, and this is the outer band, not the center, but the outer band of this. But that's just how massive this storm is, and as it carries out to colder water, it'll begin to lose strength. In the meantime, we're looking for dangerous rip currents as well as swells as a result of that. Tomorrow, though, look for overcast conditions and some rain, scattered showers, 13 to 15 mile per hour wind gusts. Temperatures in the 70s with winds out of the east blustering up to about 25 miles per hour. That's gusty, but that's not hurricane gusty. It's just watch yourself and don't go to the beach gusty, okay? Tuesday afternoon, spotty sprinkles near Dewey Beach and Long Neck. Wednesday morning, we start off cloudy. Wednesday afternoon, we clear out. Now, for the next 5 days, we're looking for chances of rain increase for us on Tuesday, diminishing as we go throughout the rest of the work week. My only big concern, really, I'm going to fast forward to what I'm mostly concerned with. It's Thursday evening. Take a look at this. 40 to 45 mile per hour wind gusts Thursday evening. That's my biggest concern at this particular juncture. And even the precipitation, not so much so. Here's a look at the 7-day forecast.
All right, Paul, thank you. After some delays, a project to overhaul a road in Salisbury began today. Work is underway on Carroll Street from Route 13 to Circle Road. Once complete, there will be 2 lanes in each direction, enhanced directional markings, and designated bike lanes. Pedestrian crossings are also expected to be upgraded with high visibility markings. Drivers should expect delays, and this should wrap up on Friday.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
The Phillies escaped an absolute shootout last night in a game with 25 hits. Philadelphia outlasted Washington 11-9, and another high-scoring affair could benefit the Phillies tonight. Philadelphia takes on Seattle, and the two teams have been on completely different paths on offense over the last month. The Phillies have been digging the long ball as of late. Philadelphia has hit 40 home runs over the last 30 days, which is tied for 4th in the majors. Outfielder Kyle Schwarber has 11 of those homers, which ranks 2nd for any individual in the big leagues over that span. The Mariners, on the other hand, just haven't been as consistent. Seattle has posted a team batting average of just .222 over the last month. That's 2nd worst in MLB, only a hair higher than Tampa Bay. Long story short, if Philadelphia gets involved in another high-scoring game like last night, that's probably for the best. And at this point in the year, every game matters. The Phillies do have a 5-game lead over the Mets in the NL East, but the league rankings are much closer. The Phillies and the Dodgers are tied in 2nd place in the National League, so that race has playoff home field advantage implications. That's it for sports. Have a nice night.
Soaring Over the Shore is sponsored by Morse Roofing and Siding.
The Delaware Breakwater East End Lighthouse is synonymous with Lewis. Dating back to 1885, the lighthouse warned mariners of dangerous shoals off Cape Henlopen. While it looks red, it's technically brown. After being automated in 1950 and decommissioned in 1996, the lighthouse has been state property for decades and a beloved symbol on the coast.
Humane Animal Partners is offering a free feline spay-neuter day for owned cats once a month at its Rehoboth Beach location. The August date was today. The program is funded through a grant and aid from the Delaware General Assembly and does not have any income requirements. Lee McKinley, director of HAP, says the program has a lasting impact.
It's a labor of love. At the end of the day, we are helping animals that can't help themselves. We're helping the people who love those animals take care of them and give them the best life that they could possibly have.
Services are available by appointment or first come, first serve. The next clinic is scheduled for September 22nd.
Here's a look at our view in Lewis, courtesy of our tunnel and razor camera. We can see the waves getting a little bit rough there as well. We're going to stay in the lower 70s, and we're going to have some spotty sprinkles continuing. The umbrella giveaway winner is Susan Miles of Salisbury. Congratulations, courtesy of Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling. I'm keeping you updated with our weather line on what's happening with the latest advisories dealing with the coast, beach erosion, and all that. Call our weather line so you can keep up with what's going on there. It's sponsored by the law offices of Brugstead, Mandalis, and Federico. Finally, here's a look at the exclusive 10-day forecast. Typically, I don't write dangerous swells in red ink, on the graphic, but that's for real. It's that serious, okay? Particularly Thursday, we're watching out for 45 to 50 mile per hour gusts with all the beaches along Delmarva. So watch out for a serious wind problem on Thursday.
Okay, Paul, thank you, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 6.
For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
The NBC Nightly News is up next.
And we'll see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 11. Have a great evening.